Chanel in Peru.
Welcome to Peru. We will present our culturalization strategy for Chanel in Peru, exploring how the nation can create meaningful emotional connection with Peruvian consumer while maintaining its iconic luxury identity. Peru is a rapidly emerging luxury market that cannot be approached with generic formulas. Concentrated heavily in the capital of city Lima, the Peruvian market luxury boasts a consolidated base of regular consumers. Lima itself has evolved into a globally recognized cultural and gastronomic destination, fueled by culinary prestige, the expansion of luxury tourism, and raising of middle-class consumption. Peruvian luxury consumers are highly appearance-oriented and exhibit a distinct winning mentality. Within this cultural framework, luxury consumption is not merely a financial transaction. It functions as a highly visible marker of personal achievement, social status, and recognition. Peru's soft power is deeply rooted in hospitality, social rituals, and a profound pride in its world-class craft and textile heritage. Rather than seeing Peru as a simple emerging luxury market, we view it as a country with its own sophisticated luxury language through the icons of the Peruvian culture.
This idea started with a simple question: how can we create an emotional connection between Janelle and Peru? Through our research, we identified four key cultural codes that naturally connect the two. First, Chanel tweed and Peruvian textile. Both are built on craftsmanship, heritage, and attention to detail. China tweed is one of the brand's most iconic material, while Peru is known for its rich textile tradition and skilled artisan. They celebrate the beauty of handmade luxury. Second, the camellia and the cantuta flower. One is the Chanel's most recognizable symbol, representing elegance and femininity. The other carry deep cultural meaning and reflect the national natural beauty. Third, we have Chanel jewelry and Peru's gold heritage. Chanel transformed precious material into elegant and sophisticated design, while Peru's long history with gold reflects artistry, wealth, and cultural heritage. This connection allows us to reinterpret Peruvian gold through Chanel's modern luxury lens. And finally, haute couture, Peruvian gastronomy, and pisco. Just as every detail matters in Chanel Couture collection, every element in a fine dining experience is carefully curated. This creates an opportunity to bring Chanel's world to life through Peruvian cuisine and pisco in an intimate and immersive sensory experience. This idea started with a simple question: how can we create an emotional connection between Chanel and Peru? Through our research, we identified four key cultural.
At the heart of our strategy is experiential luxury. Rather than relying solely on products, we aim to create memorable moments that strengthen emotional connections with the brand. This approach reflects Chanel's broader philosophy of transforming products into lifestyle experience that embody elegance and exclusivity. Our cocoa bar concept reinforces gastronomy as an emotional touchpoint. This environment blends premium cuisine, cultural storytelling, and Chanel aesthetics to create a distinctive and immersive brand experience. The menu extends this narrative through carefully curated cocktails inspired by Chanel codes, Peruvian ingredients, and Lima's vibrant cultural identity. As part of the activation, we purposed a temporary Chanel pop up space within the Belmont Miraflores Park Hotel. The objective is to extend the brand experience beyond a cafe while creating a sense of rarity and exclusivity that encourage discovery and engagement. The pop up would showcase a creative selection of Chanel products, allowing visitors to interact with the brand in a more intimate and experiential setting. The visual identity combines Chanel's signature black, white, and beige with colors inspired by Peru's cultural and natural heritage. Accents of Pacific blue, inti-expired yellow, Cantuta pink, Indian green, and earthy red create a distinctive palette that celebrates local identity while remaining consistent with Chanel timeless elegance.
Our catwalk concept will be executed as a part of Chanel's métier d'art. During the activation, the spotlight will be on a runway concept that focuses on emotional craftsmanship. Peru's textile heritage creates a natural conversation with Chanel's métier d'art expertise. This vision imagines a Chanel métier d'art presentation inspired by Peruvian colors and heritage, celebrating artisan excellence rather than appropriating cultural symbols. Our catwalk concept will be executed as a part of Chanel's métier d'art. During the activation, the spotlight will be on a runway concept. Alongside this, we propose Chanel executes a special collaboration with Peruvian designer Jay Salinas, who creates his collections from memory, territory, and cultural identity. His work is defined by a deep exploration of Latin American artisanal traditions, reinterpreted through a contemporary, refined, and carefully structured design language and celebration of local craft. To showcase the importance of preservation of local heritage, we suggest a second partnership with Alicia Perez Chichi from Pisac, Cusco. She is a talented textile artisan, an ambassador of Pisac's culture, and a prominent figure in her community. We feel that Alicia embodies the artistry that Chanel will want to commemorate. To maximise on cultural relevance and the impact of earned media, the guest list brings together a curated mix of key opinion leaders in the luxury market, cultural icons, visionary chefs, and contemporary tastemakers and trailblazers. Guests include Chef Mitsuharu Tutsumura, creator of one of Latin America's most influential cutlery brands. Designer Jessica Buttrich, recognized for redefining contemporary Peruvian fashion, and global music artist Bad Bunny, whose influence extends far beyond music into iconography, luxury, and cultural resilience. Together with entrepreneurs, creatives, media figures, and emerging luxury consumers, they amplify Chanel's positioning as a culturally resonant and aspirational brand in Peru. The visual mood board demonstrates how Peruvian textures, landscapes, and craftsmanship can inspire a contemporary luxury aesthetic. One opportunity is reinterpreting Andean weaving traditions through Chanel's iconic tweed, creating a dialogue of craftsmanship between two long-standing traditions in a vibrant palette. Another is to use traditional shapes from indigenous Peruvian architecture in a nod to the country's ancestry. A third idea is to weave in flower designs like the cantuta alongside the Chanel camellia in a nod to Peru's national flower and immense biodiversity. Creating limited edition items inspired by Peru will enhance scarcity, collectability, and emotional attachment while supporting artisan collaboration and cultural authenticity.
The strategy ultimately positions Chanel not as a foreign luxury brand entering Peru, but as a culturally intelligent maison engaging with Peruvian identity. The budget for the event is 100,000 US dollars, focused on maximum of 50 guests to keep the exclusivity. This budget will allow us to create an immersive brand environment where hospitality, fashion, gastronomy, and retail come together in one seamless luxury experience. The objective with sales performance of high luxury items is to measure whether cultural relevance translates into business value by tracking conversion into higher luxury categories, increase client spend, repeat purchases, and engagement with exclusive client experience. Behind the cultural relevance and the emotional loyalty, we will measure whether Chanel becomes part of Peru's cultural conversation with through organic advocacy, media resonance, repeat participation, and the stronger emotional connections with local luxury consumers.
The proposal is financially tied to the culturalization of Chanel while preserving its iconic DNA and heritage. By blending Chanel's heritage codes with Peruvian cultural codes, gastronomy, and craftsmanship, we create an immersive and memorable experience that generates emotional ROI. When consumers feel their identity is recognized rather than flattened, emotional connection is strengthened, transforming desire into purchase, purchase into loyalty, and loyalty into long-term brand equity. This emotional and financial return ultimately drives repeat purchases, advocacy, and sustained relevance in Peru and across Latin America. The key takeaway here is that luxury consumers nowadays do not only buy products, they buy meaning. By preserving its heritage while embracing the cultural codes that matters to Peruvian consumers, Chanel can generate emotional ROI, return on investment, that extends far beyond a single event. Cultural relevance becomes emotional connection becomes loyalty, and loyalty becomes sustainable growth. In an increasingly competitive luxury landscape, the brands that create legacy will not be those that are the most exclusive, but those that are the most emotionally relevant.